We got this one going from the pump to the video card, and then we've got one from the CPU back to the radiator at the front. You can see my drain valve back there, looking kind of weird, kind of funky. It's a little wacky, but you know, it's functional and it's in there. The last tube that we're doing, the super long tube going straight across, it's gonna kind of steal the show a little bit, so it's gonna take the foreground's attention. So I'm not too worried about that. I also wanted to mention that the dudes over at Ensourced are hooking me up with some custom extensions for this particular system. So I'm gonna be swapping out these white extensions here with the Ensourced ones. They are not here yet though, so I'm still going to bleed the system tonight, or I'm going to try to at least, and once those cables arrive, I will be swapping them out, which I should be able to do even with all the tubing installed. I think I'll be able to access that as long as the RAM is removed, because those frickin' heat spreaders are bigger than mine. This pipe right here is actually straight, but it looks crooked. The reason why it looks crooked is because this piece of shit, stupid pump res, is actually sagging. The sag is actually causing the tube to kind of go like that, at a slant. It's stupid, and it's not the drain valve over there that's weighing down the pump res. This was actually already doing it before I even installed that drain. So that's annoying. Anyone know like how I could prop this up? Because look, when you prop it up, the tube's perfectly straight. It's like parallel with the video card, and as soon as you let it go, anyone have any good solutions for propping this thing up? And it's all bolted down as much as it can be on every single end, so if anyone's got any suggestions, let me know.
Your enemies fall before.
I'm an idiot, and I feel stupider than I usually do right now, which is saying a lot. Look, okay, did you just, so I was so excited to fill up the loop that I completely forgot to plug up the 2 1/4-inch holes on the bottom of the GPU water block. Look, they're just sitting right there. I completely forgot to screw them in, and luckily, thank God, that this PCIe cable is the only thing that got really wet. Everything else is perfectly dry, maybe except for the radiator here, because we got the power supply shroud. Thank God that there's a power supply shroud here. Otherwise, the water would have just shot straight out onto the power supply. I would have died. I would have just totally died. I don't even know what to say, guys. I'm just scared now of myself. But I'm not done. I need to see this loop all finished, all running smoothly, and we're gonna do some drain testing or leak testing overnight. Kind of looks like I just did some leak testing right now, and that was a fail. But let's fill this loop up again. Let's try to. Alright, so system is finally bled. That was kind of a struggle at first, notably mainly because of my derpiness with the 1/4-inch plugs here. But you might have also caught during that little montage that there was a leak coming from the flow meter here as well. I actually had to swap out the stock plug that it came with. This guy, sorry my focus sucks. Had to replace this thing. It was leaking. It was leaking all over the place. Luckily nothing was damaged or compromised, but I had to replace it with this plug that came from a Titan water block back in the day. So that's been working out so far. Also, the actual propeller in here wasn't spinning up when I first powered the system on. I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to like open it up and fix things. But no, I just had to give it a little tap. Gave it a little tap with the screwdriver and up and out it went. About the coolant, I do like it, but I don't know if it's the right coolant for this build. I don't know. I mean, the shampoo effect is nice and all. It looks really cool in the reservoir there, but I don't know. I think this just needs. I think it needs to step up a little bit more just to match the insanity of those heat spreaders on the memory. So I think what I'm going to do, and this maybe I'll save this for the next vlog, but I'm going to try bleeding the system with this is the aqua tuning stuff that I had initially planned to go with, which is UV reactive. You can kind of see it is pretty UV reactive. However, we're going to intensify that. We're going to try to intensify it a little bit more with some Mayhem's UV clear blue dye. Sorry, focus, focus, and hopefully it'll look even cooler. If you look at this, this is just regular tap water, and I put a couple drops of that stuff in here, and it's a lot more vibrant than the aqua tuning stuff is by itself. So I think the combination of these two things is really going to make the system pop with that UV light. Maybe I'll get a second UV strip in here just to intensify the effect. I feel like it could be a little brighter, but who knows? Also, this is the morning after build. I went to bed, it was like 3 in the morning, but I did not leave it leak testing overnight just because after the 2 various leaks that we had here, I was just too paranoid to leave it unattended. So I've turned it on about an hour ago, and there's no leaks at all. Obviously, a 1-hour leak test is probably not adequate. I'll be doing some more testing later today, but so far it is super dry, and I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out so far. So we have one more build vlog to go, I believe, which is going to include the new cables from N-Sourced, and I have to finish wiring some of like the front panel connectors. Those aren't even installed yet, and then the fluid. Fluid's gonna go in there, and who knows what else. Maybe I'll do some other wacky stuff. The last and final thing I wanted to say is that this is how I'm temporarily solving the saggy pump red issue. I've just got I just cut a piece of tubing that I'm using kind of as a kickstand, and it is straightening it out quite a bit. And the run, look at the run. Actually, I had to redo this run. Remember before I was like, it's not the run's fault, it's the pump's fault. Well, the pump was still crap, but my run was also bad. So I just redid the run, and now it's like super straight. I'm pretty happy with how all the runs turned out, like especially these really tight ones, and even like the little one up there. It's cute. The one run that I might redo, I don't know. You guys let me know, and maybe it's hard to tell on camera, but is the long one. The long one right here. I mean, I think it's good enough. It's passable. But if I really look at it, I'm like, yeah, maybe it could have been a little bit, maybe just a little bit straighter here. I don't know. I could be imagining things too. Let me know. But let me know what you guys think of this build in the comments so far. If you think I'm doing it right or not. Oh, before I close everything out, let me turn the lights off so you can just get a better idea of the UV effects. All right. So that's what it looks like right now. Definitely some more poppage of that flow meter. This is the aqua tuning stuff, and then this is the Mayhem. See how much brighter the Mayhem stuff is? Like, I want that. I want that level of ridiculousness. So we're gonna have to mix the two and see what we get. Hopefully there's no like really bad reaction. I'll be unfortunate if there is. But that is gonna wrap it up for now, guys. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of this system so far in the comments below. If you have any other suggestions moving forward, and have a great rest of your day. I will see you all in the next video.
The sun had long since fallen out of the sky by the time Josh finished giving Kyle the scoop on Fractal's Define Nano S. Kyle gave his familiar nod of approval as he admired his friend's work, fighting the urge to flail his arms like a marionette on speed, which had long been his trademark.
Actually, you kind of nailed it.
You know what, whatever. Where are the drives going?
They're back to you.
Flushed with emotion, they stared longingly into each other's eyes.
But the emotion.
Longingly? There was no longingly.
Okay, let's just try to.
Yeah, right. I mean, okay. So, what else can we stuff in this thing? No.
Kyle's Freudian slip betrayed his true emotions, his heart taking over for his mind. Choose your own adventure with the Define Nano S from Fractal Design. The case offers custom water cooling options, full-size hardware support, and top-class cable management and compact design. Click the link in the description for more info.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Manta build log. I really need to start thinking of a good name for this PC because we are getting dangerously close to being done with it. In fact, if you guys have any name suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll check them out. But we're going to be doing a couple things today, things that I mentioned I would be doing in the last build log. So the first of which is we're going to drain the system, we're going to drain the loop, and replace the Mayhem Aurora shampoo stuff with the Aqua Tuning UV reactive. Now, of course, I could just drop some of these UV reactive drops into this current dye, However, I'm just not a huge fan of the shampoo stuff. I think the shampoo type Aurora fluid works really well with larger reservoirs, so you can really see the effect, because it's kind of lost when you go in the individual tubes. You don't really see it that much. So I'm going to be swapping that out. And then, what's the other thing? Oh yes, the pump res here, as we noted, is a little bit crooked. It's a sagging just a bit. Actually, it doesn't look that bad right now. I feel like the little kickstand here, the little kickstand before, kind of trimmed it a little bit, but it's probably going to sag back down a little bit. So what I'm going to do, and a lot of you guys made the suggestion, brilliant, super simple yet effective, is actually taking 2 washers, which I have right here. I put them black with Sharpie. Taking 2 washers and putting them underneath the bottom 2 screws of the bracket underneath the pump res of that radiator. So I think that's just going to elevate it just ever so slightly so that it's then parallel with the GPU water block, and I think that's going to look really nice. However, I'm going to have to uninstall pretty much all this stuff, the radiator, the pump res, in order to access that back screw right there. Because right now with the shitty Allen wrench, I can't get back there. My fingers are too fat finger problems. So I'm gonna have to undo all that. It's gonna be a process, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. By the way, look at these tables. Look at these N-Source sleeve extensions. They are beautiful, guys. If you want some really nice work, Joey does a fantastic job over at N-Source with all of his. These are all hand sleeves. None of that like factory shit, and they just look absolutely fantastic. Paracord sleeving. Thanks, Joey. These things look sick. But the other thing that I was going to do is, oh yeah, install some of these UV strips, because there's already a UV strip in the build, but I think it could be just a little bit more vibrant. I think I could use a bit more brightness in there and really just show off the UV reactive stuff, including the fluid and the flow meter back there. So I'm going to be installing one of these 2. This is, I think this one might be bad. I might have fried this one back in the day. I'm going to see if it works. And the last thing that I'm going to be doing today is actually redoing this run right here. So the reason why is because the angle of this tube right here, this part of the angle, this part of the run, I would like it to be a bit more parallel with this angle here. Let's see, they're not quite matching. This angle needs to come down just 5-10 degrees, like boop, boop. And then it'll be right parallel with that. It'll just look a little bit nicer in the end. I have 2 more tubes here, 2 more of the 16mm tubes, so I have basically 2 more attempts. And if I F both of those up, then I'm probably going to have to stick with this run for now until I get some more tubing later. But those are all the things that I'm going to be doing today in this vlog, the log. So, like I said, it's quite a process, but I do think it's going to be worthwhile in the end. And it should be fun as well. So, let's get started. And there she is. Oh, yes, it is complete for the most part for now, and I'm liking it. I'm loving it. Oh yeah. All right, so let's go over the things that I did First off, the pump red is now more or less perfectly straight. With the GPU and like the rest of the case, it's flat down. No more sag. No more sag. Thank you to everyone, all 50,000 of you who suggested to put the washers under here. It actually did make a great difference. However, one thing I overlooked is that by doing that, it changed the angle, it changed the height of this fitting ever so slightly. And so I actually had to trim this tube because when I put it back into place, it was actually bent down some. So had to modify that just a bit. I also did modify the tube in the back there, the straight tube that goes from the radiator to that splitter. It was a little bit long, and so because it was a little long, the splitter was off to the left a little too much, and this fitting was kind of angled that way. So I shortened that tube in the back, and now this fitting can go straight back. So that's nice. And this bend right here, I didn't redo the whole thing. I just ended up using the same bend, warming up the joint here to turn, and just kind of like adjusted it to get that same angle. As you can see, both runs are more or less parallel to each other. I mean, we got a protractor with the exact, but it's good enough for the naked eye, I suppose. And also, this new fluid, actually looks way better in here than I thought it would. Seriously, I did not expect it to look this good. It actually matches the sleeving, the blue accents on the sleeving a lot closer than I thought it would. Because, I don't know, the fluid just looks darker in the bottle for some reason. Maybe it's because it's plastic, or it's just a bigger mass. I have no idea, but it looks a bit lighter when in the system, when in this loop. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. I also dropped in about 20 drops of that UV reactive mayhem stuff. It says on the bottle to drop 1 drop at a time, and then check to see if you're satisfied. I was like, screw that, dropping in 20 at once, YOLO. And I'm really happy with the results, actually. Let's go ahead and turn it on, see what it looks like. Boom, baby. Yeah, so you can see it's just a lot more glowy this time around than it was in the last build log, and that's exactly the effect I was trying to go for. The second UV strip here from Cable Mod definitely helps a lot. Oh yeah, let me turn the lights off.